Hey everybody, welcome back to my subscribers, new viewers. Please become a subscriber. That'd be super great. My topic today is on how narcissistic mothers maintain their supremacy within the dysfunctional family unit. So, the first thing I'm going to say 5 things. So, the first thing is that they vehemently hide behind religion to justify their supremacy. They will align themselves with God or any other, supreme figure to try to justify their bananas behavior. They'll try to justify their dysfunctional behavior. They make up all these crazy rules and regulations to keep everyone in line, and they will oftentimes exploit religion. And an unfortunate effect of this and impact is that it really turns their children off to religion, which is sad. I mean, a lot of people that have weighed in on my Instagram page with several posts that I have put up about narcissistic mothers and religion, it just reaffirms the fact that they turn you off to it so badly because they try to align themselves with God, and in the process they just they shame you. They use religion to do so, and they very much misrepresent God, because God wants us all to be good to one another, and that's not what narcissists do. They're just terrible to everyone around them, including their own children. So they definitely exploit religion. They do that by, cherry picking rules and regulations or Bible verses. The top one is the 10 Commandments: honor thy father and thy mother. God would never want anyone to tolerate disrespect or poor treatment, much less from their own parents. So, what I say is that this is inapplicable. This commandment is inapplicable when you have a toxic parent, when your parent is a narcissist. So, number one, right off the bat, a narcissistic mother will exploit religion. And number two is that they encourage and reinforce siblings and spouses to join efforts in oppressing the scapegoat, putting the scapegoat down, like the redheaded stepchild, the whipping boy or girl, whatever you want to say. They do this because they want to diffuse the threat. So black sheep, the best, myself included, black sheep are the truth tellers, the justice seekers, the ones that will speak out against mistreatment and, just a bad dynamic. And so the narcissistic parent will oftentimes triangulate against the black sheep because they are threatened by them. So they will, turn their spouse. Usually the spouse is an inverted narcissist or an enabling parent, orbiting parent, they call them. It's people typically with dependent personality disorders. Narcissists always choose the perfect victims, people that will not stand up to them, people that will support them through their dysfunction and their disorder, even against their own children. It's very sad. So, number two, the narcissistic parent will reinforce abuse against the black sheep because they feel threatened by the black sheep. So they will triangulate siblings and spouses to do so. My experience, my older sibling, my older brother, was absolutely triangulated against me. He was the flying monkey, the golden boy, but all the while he was reporting back to my narcissistic mother, equally toxic, enabling father, about whatever I was up to, whatever I was doing. And, he was granted, what do you say, immunity, like he could never do any wrong, but it very much pitted him against me. Like he's hated me my whole life and I could never figure it out. And just now, at the ripe old age of 39, as I approach my 40s, everything's kind of coming together as I'm learning about narcissistic abuse and I see it for what it is. So the narcissistic parent will triangulate everyone against the black sheep and they kind of bond over their like shared hatred. It's so messed up. But I see this as well with my toxic parents. Now that I'm going no contact, I absolutely see that they will band together against me, that I'm so horrible, I'm so awful, that I'm doing this, I'm causing this rift, and it's all my fault. And never mind the major role that they have played in, my decision to do this. Triangulation, that's a major one. Number 2, it's just encouraging and reinforcing oppression of the black sheep. They'll target the black sheep and they get everybody to, be on one team against the black sheep. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that they constantly bring attention to themselves as the perpetual victim. No matter what's going on around them, no matter how other people are hurting, they're very dismissive of anyone else's feelings. All that matters in their world is themselves. So, I have 2 great examples right off the top of the bat. One, I am disabled in a wheelchair with MS, probably thanks to all of my toxic upbringing, and the terrible dynamic established by my family of origin. Anyway, so I am very much disabled. Now, the last thing I do is to ever paint myself as a victim or, a patient or, a problem, anything like that. That's the last thing I want is attention to my disability. But my narc mother, on the other hand, will exploit it at every opportunity. Oh, my daughter's disabled in a wheelchair, and she will just spread that around town to anyone that will listen and try to elicit sympathy from people. And the joke of it all is that she couldn't care less. We live 10 minutes away from them, and they have not helped me. They don't help me. My husband and I, we have 2 beautiful small daughters, and you think they would step in and like do things to assist us. They don't. So number 3 is they're always the victim. My second example for this, which is just disgusting, and I hate even talking about it, but I will because that's our son back there. He's beautiful and amazing, and he's our angel. We battled brain cancer with Joey. He was diagnosed when his little sister Madeline was born. So Joey, it was in 2011. Joey was born in May of 2009. So Joey was 2 when he was diagnosed. We did everything we could to try to make this crap go away, to no avail. And we battled it for like 18 months. Joey passed April 23rd of 2013, less than a month before he would have turned 4 years old. Anyway, my narc mother will take this scenario, and never mind that my husband and I were the ones that were on the front lines dealing with this nightmare 24/7. We weren't sleeping. We were taking turns, like, staying up with Joey because Joey was not sleeping, and the whole thing was a nightmare. But at the end of the day, narc mother paints it as her loss, and it's all about her. One of the most disgusting things that recently happened was in May 20th is Joey's birthday. May 20th of last year, 2019, Joey would have been 10 years old. And I have always said that his birthday is more of a sad time for me than the date of his passing, because my husband and I don't like to dwell on, dates, like things like that. So, we always try to celebrate Joey's life and his birthday with his little sisters because they're beautiful and they deserve that. Anyway, so on Joey's 10th birthday, neither one of my parents reached out to me. Neither one of the toxic duo. My enabling codependent father texted me on behalf of the narc mother and said, "Hey, we'll bring over an ice cream cake when mommy gets out of work so we could celebrate." Joe and I were like, we're good. We took the kids to McDonald's or something. We did our own thing, and I'm so sick of her trying to hijack my grief and my pain. To be honest with you, I kind of tuck it away because it's something that's very sacred to me, and the more I speak of it around her, the more she's an energy vampire, and she just sucks everything out of my grief and my pain, and she puts it on herself. Anyway, I'm sorry. So the third thing that the narcissistic parent will do to maintain their control in their dysfunctional toxic unit in their home is that they will always make themselves out to be the victim. They'll elicit sympathy from, their children, because children just want to please their parents all the time and make them happy. And narcissistic parents have no shame. They exploit that right off the bat. They'll always try to elicit sympathy from people. Number 3, they're always trying to paint themselves as the victim. Number 4, they will, like my narcissistic mother always did this, orchestrated drama associated with themselves. Everything is just over the top, and they need consoling, and they do it because they're detracting from the underlying dysfunction that they have created. Everything is just a gross injustice, similar to number 3 with them always being the victim, but they generate a lot of drama, and they do that to just constantly keep shifting the focus from the toxicity and the underlying dysfunction. So, number 5, they're very superficial, so they isolate everyone in the family because they don't want outsiders coming in and actually genuinely loving and forming authentic, genuine relationships with the people within the family unit, including their own children or their spouse, like to have a friend or anything like that. They don't want that. They cut everyone down all the time. They're very superficial. They use that as a tool to do this. They'll just put people down right off the bat, like for the most trivial reasons that are just embarrassing. I always found this embarrassing about my narcissistic mother, that she just treats people terribly and looks down on people. They're so entitled. So they'll always cut everyone down around everyone in the family unit because they don't want anyone to have authentic relationships. They don't want any competition. So they isolate everyone in the unit. So those are my 5 things that toxic, I guess it could be applied to narcissists in general as well. But these are 5 things that narcissists do to maintain their dominance over their supply or their toxic unit. The first thing they do is they'll hide behind religion. They'll exploit religion to elevate themselves in some way. Number 2, they will triangulate everyone against a shared target, like the black sheep. So everyone will bond over their, being on the same team against this individual. Number 3, they will constantly paint themselves out to be the perpetual victim. So everyone feels sorry for them. They're always trying to elicit sympathy and, garnish attention for themselves. Number 4, They will orchestrate excessive drama all the time to just smokescreen everybody, get everyone focused on something other than the fact that they're toxic as hell and they're being very oppressive and abusive. Number 5, they will isolate the members of the family unit, the dysfunctional unit, whoever their target is that they're trying to maintain control over. They don't want any competition. They'll use triangulation. They will just isolate everyone. So I hope this helped you guys. I'm sorry, it's a crazy day. My kids are off from school and we're searching for 2 lost hamsters in our home right now. I think they found one, so that was all the celebration up there. I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, I hope I helped you out with this video, and we're bumped and we're bruised. But more than anything, we are so blessed because we're finding each other. We're validating our experiences and this abuse, and we're providing each other with long overdue, much needed compassion. And we're much better people because of this toxic abuse. We truly appreciate and love the people in our lives that are truly, genuinely, authentically connected to us. So, all right, you guys, I'll be back soon. I hope you have a great day. God bless you.